What's up, guys? Welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. Another exciting day in the GSV studio. We are here with the all-new Uneekor MINI Lite. Now, I did give you guys a first look video of this down at this year's PGA Merchandise Show. Today, we're going to do a full unboxing, take a look at everything that comes inside with this unit, talk about all of the things that you need to know. So we're talking about pricing. You know, why does this stand apart from the Uneekor MINI and other devices? I want to answer all those questions and talk about some specifics that you really need to know, as well as what's different on the inside of this unit and how it exactly works. So as always, if you guys are looking to purchase a Uneekor MINI Lite or any golf simulator product, whether it be a home golf simulator build or commercial golf simulator build, maybe that you're considering, make sure you shoot me an email. I'll pin it at the top of the comments and put it in the description. I always want to make sure that I'm getting everybody the best information as well as pricing. All my partners are willing to put together package deals. I have discount codes on certain items, so make sure you reach out to me. I'd love to help you guys out. But let's just start right out of the gate and get this thing out of the box, talk about the hardware, software, pricing, things like that, and really, you know, who is this unit aimed for? You know, what are the differences? What do you need to know to see if this is actually something you should consider, or should you be looking at something like the Uneekor MINI? Now, first thing first, let's just talk about the price of this unit. It's coming in at a lot less, so only $27.49. Now, how did they accomplish that when essentially you're getting the same data metrics, including club data, with one single dot on the club? I've shown that in the previous video. If you haven't seen that, check it out. We'll talk more about that here in just a second, because I'm going to give you guys a first look using this unit in action. All right, but you know, I'll save this for a second. Let's just go ahead and pull this thing out so you guys can see it. So let's talk about, you know, physical differences as we take this thing out of the box. So the unit actually has a different case, and I want to bring this up so you guys can see it. So it's actually quite heavy duty. You know, this is the first time I've really kind of picked it up. You know, at the show, I didn't put my hands completely on it, but I mean, this is a serious like metal case, and it comes with this stand that even has holes on the bottom if you wanted to mount this. Now, there are many things I can think about why that would be useful. So if you were in a commercial environment, you could actually mount it down on the ground so nobody would be messing with it, you know, running off with the unit or anything like that. It does come with your Ethernet port to connect it to your computer, and then a power supply plug, and then a simple on and off switch. Now, let's talk about that really quick, and that's the major difference between this unit and the normal Uneekor MINI. So, this doesn't have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. This needs to be powered with an AC adapter. It does not have an internal battery, and it's actually doing offboard processing, I believe. So that's why it doesn't have wireless or Bluetooth connectivity. And that's also why it's not compatible with the Uneekor View app. So it's actually utilizing the PC connectivity, and that's how it's doing its processing. So it's sending its information to the computer. Now, you're getting the same camera, all right? Now, from what I believe I was told, and I can verify this, but I think the infrared lights on this unit are actually calibrated specifically to be off of turf rather than grass, because it's not a portable unit. So I'll verify that for you guys, but I believe in the different talks I was having, that was something that was discussed. So I definitely want to make sure that I you know, clarify that information for you guys. But you know, drastically different as far as the case. You know, I guess when I saw it at the show, I didn't pick it up and really you know, feel how different it was. But you know, having that metal case is being totally different. And then, like I said, also having those mounting holes is something that people might want to pay attention to. So let's check out what comes inside the accessory box. You know, this is really simple packaging. I mean, it's MINI Lite, right? So it doesn't come with that portable case like the MINI does, because this thing is really meant for the user that is putting it inside the simulator. And I want to talk about the user it's probably the most aimed for here after we look at these accessories. So simple things, you know, you have your power supply. You actually have your Ethernet dongle. All right, now what you really want to usually do is actually use this for your hardwired internet connection, and then you connect the MINI directly to the onboard Ethernet of the computer. Now, a lot of people have done that the other way around, and if it works for you, that's great. I just want you to know what is actually recommended. So the stickers, like I talked about, just one single sticker necessary. Does come with, I didn't show those, but it comes with these little tweezers so you can put that on a club face. But you do need one single sticker to get that club data, like club path, angle of attack, club speed, smash factor. All right, you do get that all with this unit. And this unit does not require a subscription for use. That's something I want to talk about. You know, obviously a little bit of changes lately in some Uneekor pricing as far as a subscription model goes with like IXO. I have a video on that. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But this unit, you can buy it, use it with the Uneekor View software, and you do not need a subscription. Now, if you're looking to connect to third parties, you're looking to have additional sessions and things along, you know, with the Uneekor View software, then yes, you would need to step up to their subscription model. $199 is where it starts if you're going to use, you know, third-party software. But let's talk really quick about the user that this is aimed for. So single dexterity, and the reason that I say that is because you'd be running an AC adapter to the unit along with Ethernet, so it wouldn't be easy to move this from one side to another. Now, if you come up with the ability to do that, where you can, you know, get your cords kind of sitting in a little channel or something like that, and you can move it back and forth and it works for you, that's great. But I just want you to know that it's kind of aimed towards single dexterity use because of the hardwired connection. All right. Other thing is that, like I said, it needs to be connected to a computer. So if you were looking at using an iPad, that's not going to work because of the offboard processing, the way that the View software works in the PC. That's what I was told from Uneekor. So if you're trying to kind of hack the system and do an Ethernet dongle off an iPad, as far as I'm aware, that will not work. All right, so do understand that that's what is necessary to get this unit up and running. But I think we're ready to go ahead and get this thing connected. We'll talk more along the way, but let's hit some shots on this unit and talk about its use and talk about, you know, some different things as we get going with some shots. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, welcome back inside the GSV studio. So we have our Uneekor MINI LITE all set up and ready to go, connected to our PC via Ethernet, and then the AC adapter plugged in. And I went through the setup process. I want to show you guys, I'll actually take you through the setup process. It's so easy and fast. I want to show you the camera preview and how you can do your target alignment and everything with it. It's really cool. I didn't know this was actually available, so excited to show you that. I did want to touch on something really quick that I want to make sure you guys are aware that when you have the Uneekor MINI LITE, it's connecting through launcher and View software. It gives you the access to add swing optics cameras, the balance mat, you know, all those available features inside of their software suite called View. Those are all, you know, have compatibility with the Uneekor MINI LITE. So just wanted to make sure everybody understood that. But let's jump over to the software and just take you through this install really quick. So I'm going to go to the install tab, just like I'm doing it for the first time, even though I've already done it. I'll hit continue. Now, it tells you plug in the cables, connect this here, plug it in, switch it on. I mean, just step by step how to do it. And then you probably won't have yours labeled like I do, but I actually have my Ethernet port labeled. So I know that's the one that I need to select. Once you select the proper one, it'll actually connect to it. It's going to apply the proper IP address and everything. And then the very first time you will have to register your unit. Mine's already registered. I'm just going to click select. Once it selects the unit, finalizes that registration process inside of the software, and then it's going to finish up. I'm going to hit continue, and this is where things get pretty cool. Activate your license. I'm going to probably need to kind of blur out my license there, but those are activated. I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And then this is what I was talking about. I want you guys to be able to see this. So this is actually the live camera from the unit. So I'll actually come down here and show you that here's my ball right in the middle. And you can see the edge of my mat is the edge of the green box. So I know that I have plenty of space. Now when you're setting this up for the first time, I'd put my ball in the dead center of where I plan on hitting. And then you can essentially just tweak the unit itself and line up look at all the hashes you have to line up with different, you know, markings on your mat, anything along those lines. It makes it really, really easy. It has the red target line, which you can actually adjust, and I'll show you that, but I don't think it's necessary. So I'll actually take down my camera really quick just to kind of show you guys what this looks like. So if it says that, you know, you can actually adjust the target line, I don't know why you would do that when you can just set the unit up square to your target line. But it says if your target is out of the maximum alignment range, adjust the direction of the device. I would recommend adjusting the direction of your device to be square. All right, and that way you know it's a dead center, it's going straight. You can even screw it down with those available holes like we were talking about. Once you're done, you go ahead and you hit apply, it locks it in, you hit continue, and then essentially from there, I'll go ahead and put my camera back up, you're just gonna select that you're right or left-handed. I think you actually have to do that in the previous screen because it wants to calibrate properly, but you do it one more time. And then you're going to actually select what you want to do a test shot with. I'm going to select iron. says place a ball in the hitting area. It actually turns green when it's locked in. That's something I didn't point out in previous videos, I don't think, is that it does have an indicator light. So it just went yellow and then red, or pink almost. And then once it goes back in and locks in, it goes yellow, I think is like searching, green, it's locked in. So you have a nice visual indication. You don't have to have the audible sound. We'll go ahead and hit a test shot really quick. Look at that. Crystal clear image of the golf ball. I know that I'm good to go. I really do like the visual indication right on the unit. Now, once that's all done, I'm just gonna hit continue, and then it says you're done, ready to go. I mean, we just installed the unit. You went through the full setup process. So I think this is really important to point out. That's it. I mean, it's that simple to install and get the Uneekor iMini Lite up and running. And then now what we're gonna do is we're actually going to go down here to view. We'll click start. I have my settings set up to run this in a windowed mode. You guys could run it full screen if you want to. I only prefer windowed because I'm always, minimizing it, moving it around to other monitors and things. I have my main screen duplicated with my projector. You can also not run it that way. You could run view on one, you could do a pop out on the other, and I'll show you what those pop outs look like here in just a second. You will want to create a username. If you have a subscription, you can have multiple users or more sessions. You can have access to that Power U Cloud where you can push out your data and swings. I've covered all that in videos. You guys haven't seen it, check it out. But we're just going to use our username and click start. Essentially, it's going to prompt you to start a session. Now, you only need one user in one session to hit balls. So everybody asks the question, do I need more sessions? Well, no, you really don't. But if you want to do full bag mappings for different users and save it all, that's where that really comes in useful. But you can name them different things, put them over to the side, your shots will be separated, everything's its individual session. Now you can see here it says Balance Optix has been disconnected. Would you like to reconnect now? We're not going to use that today, so you don't need to worry about it. I will show you guys really quick the setup I have going on. So down in the lower left of this image, there's the little picture button. You can change whatever image you want to be on for the range. And then you can also use control right and left to actually center that image on your target. Now, if you want to use full size imaging, like with the pop out, we'll pop out a window really quick so you can see what it looks like. But you not only, you could have data, hide data, whatever you want on this. You could run this only on your projector and run the data on your monitor, or a third monitor you could do a pop out and have all kinds of different data and things going on. So multiple pop outs are allowed. I just want to show you guys that. I know I showed it in another video, but just in case this is your first time seeing this, checking out the Uneekor iMini Lite. Now let's talk about how it's locked in and it's green. Now if I pull it out of the hitting area, it goes red and it puts the infrared lights to sleep. And I want to make sure you guys see how fast this locks in. Locks in really fast, turns green, infrared lights are on. It's an easy indication. 7 grooves from the bottom towards the toe. We have our club sticker. That way we're getting club data on this. And I'm going to try to do some shot shaping for you guys. Now we will go out and do full on-course play. You're going to see putting and wedges and drivers and everything. But for a first look, let's do some shot shaping to see how this is reading. Try to make this ball work a little bit left to right. Just caught it a tad heavy and wasn't able to hold the face off to get that ball to cut. So let's go ahead, try that one more time. You see how my spin's low? I mean, it was a dreaded straight ball. I'm never gonna complain too much about that. That's why I like hitting these cuts. The misses are so much smaller. That ball's starting to cut back. So that's like my optimal little shot that I've been working on, is this little cut. I'm going to try to hit one more, and I'll try to get it working even more left to right. Nice. Man, I would take that cut all day long if I could do it. I mean, it's good spin, it's good launch, starting left, working right. Man, I would take that. See if we can create a little heart here. So I'm going to try to get this ball to push right and then come back left. I think that's a heart, my friends. I'll tell you what, that's asking a lot out of me. I usually can't, execute that well. But yeah, if you look, we can actually go up here and just click all really quick. Look at that. Those last two, if you just delete these two shots, that was a perfect heart. It's like Valentine's Day around here. That's cool. I'm glad I was able to show you guys that. And I'll tell you what else I can show you guys. Let's look at the club data on this. So that was well struck. I can come in here and I can look at the review on this. And I can say, what was that club delivery like? Well, here it is coming in. Not too bad. It was actually, believe it or not, that was probably just a tad thin. Just a little thin. But it was a good shot. I'd take it. I mean, for trying to, switch up, hitting, fades and draws and everything else, I mean, that's not my forte necessarily. But the fact that I was able to get the club path and the face working the way I wanted to, see if we can get this one struck just a little bit better. Maybe a baby fade if I can. Let's make sure that's locked in. I'm sitting here waggling. So that was a pretty bad miss hit. So I had the club path working a little bit left. It was off the toe and like over released. So that's kind of my miss if I'm hitting that shot. So it's good to see. Let's see if we can actually execute properly, a little better strike. Better, little thin again. I'm not quite getting the launch that I want. See if we can find the balance here. Oh, that was pretty good. That was struck well. I mean, the ball didn't take off as left as I'd like to see, but you can see I got my launch up, I got my spin up, and then if we go over here and see where it struck on the club, it's going to be in a better position at impact. See where that impact is? I mean, that center of the club just felt good when I hit that. Just really, really good. Now, if I would have had the balance of getting my path working a little bit more to the left with a little bit more of a closed club face and get that, starting a little bit left, I'd be really happy, but I can only ask so much, right? So guys, this has been the first look at the Uneekor MINI LITE. I'd have to say I'm impressed, especially with the setup. I think that's so key to point out, that the way that you're able to take this thing, set it down, plug it in, and go through that launcher software and be up and running in no time. I can see a lot of advantages here. I can see this being in commercial spaces. Like I said, very easy for single dexterity. If you're using it at your house, offset environments, it would be easy to have this thing off to the side because it's a side launch monitor. If you're in a space that doesn't have the width necessarily, especially for a ceiling launch monitor, you don't want to mount it off to the side. I mean, I'm impressed. I think this is a good first look. I want to put it through all of its paces. I think it'll be good to go out and do, like I said, some on-course play. Hit all the different random shots and clubs. So stay tuned for that. Now, if you're interested in purchasing a unit, be happy to help you guys out. Make sure you just shoot me an email, pin it at the top of the comments, and put it in the description. In the meantime, stay tuned. There'll be a lot more coming soon.